Hey guys, it's Samantha from Samantha Designs. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. I really hope you are a subscriber. If not, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button, give me a like and a comment. It really does make my day when you do that for sure. So for 2024, one of my crafty goals or crafty resolutions is to use my Cricut more and to make things that are a little bit more out of my comfort zone. I have a lot of files stored that are 3D kind of projects, things from Lauren Whitlock or SVG Cuts, or even the Cricut community things I've bookmarked that I want to try. So that's going to be what I'm going to focus here on this channel once a month with a longer video showing me putting together either a 3D type project or maybe something that maybe not even have anything to do with my Cricut, but it's a card with has some motion to it or something that I don't usually do very often. I tend to like to stay towards the A2 sized playing cards, but I'm going to push myself a little bit this year. Also this year, I do have goals as for followers. For YouTube, I am at roughly a little over 150, I think. I would really love to get to 1,000, so I hope you will, again, hit that subscribe button to help me reach that goal for 2024. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started. Here are all the pieces that I have cut using my Cricut machine. I'm using a pattern by Marcia Gates, and if you look in the Cricut community for pop-up panel card, you'll see this. I will try to remember to link it down below in case you're interested. I had a little bit of time fiddling with this because I need to score down the middle, and I kept looking at it going, well, how am I going to do these other score lines? I wasn't really sure. So then I realized, oh, if you score it all the way across on each side, that will make it work. So now you see why I put off doing these kinds of things. Okay, and then I put it, scored it down. Now I am using a collection that is called Here, There, and Everywhere by Cartabella. I've had this for a little bit, and so I'm glad to finally start making some more use of this. So these little panels just go on to each side. This way you can have a place for a sentiment. Now, if I were going to do this again, I would use 65-pound paper to do the mechanism part, because this does make your card quite thick. I am using my Elmer's Craft Bond glue, which is my favorite glue. I found this big bottle and I was like, I need to use that, so I used it on this project today, and of course I let it dry in between. Now it's time to put these in between a card base. I'm using 110-pound cardstock Recollections. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and you put the point right under the score line. Then you just put that in place, and then I just kind of rubbed it underneath, and then I'm going to add some glue here on the top and sandwich that in between. As I said, this makes a pretty thick card. If I was going to send this to someone, definitely would have to use extra postage. In fact, this might even be one of those that I would put in something like a padded envelope or something. Okay, the 4-panel portion, you need to score in this W fashion. And one of the things that it shows, you have to glue in the top right hand corner and the bottom left hand corner. No glue goes anywhere else. And I just tried to center this as best I could. You could go ahead and, of course, decorate these before you put these down. I should have done that. And then I did have to fiddle with it a bit, but it does fold flat. I think if I were to do this project again, I would make that panel just a smidge shorter. I think it would close a lot better. I am using some elements from the paper pack, and I wanted a little black border, so I'm just using my Memento Tuxedo black ink and just kind of swiping the sides of this. And then I'm going to layer it on the cardstock. So each one of them I decided to use a different little cut apart. The Venture Waits and Let's Go to me with the cars and everything just kind of went together. And then I'm using these floral elements on the other 2 panels, and I'm going to add a sticker to each one of them. Again, kind of going with this traveling and having a good time kind of theme. I thought that would work really well. And again, I'm using elements from the pad because I tend to forget to do that. I'm just going to be honest. So a butterfly, and then I'm looking around trying to figure out. I was like, okay, the camera, because you're gonna go when you go out on an adventure, you always take pictures. Even though this is definitely not the kind of camera I'll use anymore, but there you go, you get it. And then I'm just going to put these all in place, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as they would say. You could also, if you have a like love would be perfect if you're doing this for Valentine's Day because it's a four-letter word. You could do anything you wanted to here. It's just kind of, the world is your oyster. I would keep it pretty flat, I would think, because I think you don't want to add any more rock. This is already a bulky card as it is. So that's just kind of my take on this. Anyway, so now it is time to decorate the front of this. I decided to use that same cardstock. I'm going to use these little cars, and I was having a really tough time trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to cut this exactly? Because it had been, cut out of, and it was just kind of awkward, and I was trying to get a certain height and width. But I finally figured it out. I got there. It took me a minute, and I wanted to make sure it was in the right orientation because you know how you end up cutting stuff and then you get in the wrong orientation and you're so mad with yourself. Again, using a cut apart on a piece of square cardstock to mat it a little bit that says hello. And then I found these little cutouts that I've had for years. I'm not going to tell you how long I've had those. But I thought that would be just a nice little something because there's flowers on the front little part too and the ones on the inside. So again, I thought it worked really well. And I kept going, okay, where am I going to put it? Where do I like it? So I went with it towards the top third of the card. And then, of course, I just layered that. I kept the outside really, really plain because I knew the inside is where all the magic happens. So like I said, it's pretty thick. But I hope you enjoy this. Please feel free to like, subscribe, do all the things. And I hope you enjoy this. Bye, guys.